Rotax DD2 up next. It'll be race number 9 of the day. At the end of this race, we have got 2 more senior Rotax races to bring you. Tomorrow, we will have the remainder of the heats, and on Saturday, we have the pre-finals and the finals themselves. As you can see, Antoine Barbaroux and Paolo Besonsone being spoken to there by the race director. As we will get underway with a 31 kart field very shortly.
Voilà, dernier briefing comme d'habitude aux hommes de la première ligne. On aperçoit le jeune Paolo Besancenay qui va s'élancer second sur cette grille de départ, et Antoine Barbaroux donc sur la corde. C'est eux qui vont imprimer le rythme, le pace à ce tour. Alors c'est pas la première fois qu'on leur explique le truc, mais à chaque fois vous voyez qu'ils sont tout de même très attentifs parce qu'ils savent que c'est important. Voilà un geste qu'on aime voir également, c'est la petite tape de main, là, le petit check entre les hommes de tête, sachant qu'après évidemment c'est autre chose, hein, c'est une compétition, donc l'objectif il est d'être devant l'autre, même si on a les meilleurs amis du monde, on devient du coup des adversaires sans être des ennemis, c'est ce que l'on dit souvent, et je pense que cela colle bien à cet état d'esprit du Rotax.
Well, you can see some of the. It's always good to see these shots of the dummy grid there. You can see in the Birrell ART top there, as Harold Garkaklis, who has raced for several countries in the grand finals. He now runs runs a Birrell ART team, the Baltic team, joking around and with Manuel Branco there, because a lot of these drivers and the officials, they know each other well. They race around the world together. But yeah, looking down, you can see the personalities. You can see some of the mechanics, that some of the real characters, because of course each all these mechanics, they've been around for a while. A lot of them are ex-drivers themselves. Some of them are just sort of parents who have learnt how to be mechanics over the years. But on the right-hand side of your screen there, number 635, Antoine Barbaroux driving for, well, it's an Antoine Barbaroux. It's a privateer-entered kart, but with support from Sodi. Sodi kart have had a very successful day so far today, but likewise, Birrell ART, like we saw in the previous race with Maxim Shirko taking the win. Paolo Besonsone in kart number 605, the KMD entered driver. And let's take you through the full starting lineup for this one. I think it's going to be a 30. It's going to be a 10 lap race. So let's take you through it. So pole position, driver number 635 from France, Antoine Barbaroux. His countryman Paolo Besonsone in kart 605 starts on the outside of row number 1, and Matthias Bera Jakobsen from Denmark and Switzerland's Philippe Loacker go for row number 2.
Ligne numéro 3 maintenant avec un Polonais, David Maskaliewicz, avec le Cosmic 655 aux côtés de Jordan Doliczka, le pilote qui est au volant d'un DR, c'est le 630, c'est un Autrichien. Ligne numéro 4 avec Gregorio Bertoccio, c'est un Italien. À ses côtés, eh bien, on retrouvera Nicolas Picot, attention, gros talent, hein, pour un de ceux qui coachent des jeunes pilotes également, c'est le numéro 617.
On row number 5, Christopher Najim from Lebanon, one of 3 brothers who have all represented Lebanon in international kart racing. Zen Derua from Slovenia on the outside of row 5. Maxim Diriks and Kilian Guerin go from row number 6.
Il disait hier qu'il était à sa place, eh bien j'espère qu'elle sera meilleure tout à l'heure. C'est Jules Cousin avec le 651, c'est un EOS, à ses côtés un Britannique, c'est Edward Matthews avec le Lando Norris numéro 658. Ligne suivante pour un Lituanien avec Andrius Jankevičius, il s'agit du Birrell numéro 674, à ses côtés Marta Bussola, la pilote italienne, intrépide numéro 627.
Mick Knowlton from the Netherlands starts on the inside of row number 9, and Ferapont Baranov from Lithuania starts in P18. On the 10th row of the grid, we have Hungary's Bent Szabo and Rashid Al-Mamari from Bahrain, the first Bahrainian driver to ever race in the Rotax Grand Finals.
Jordan Caille ensuite avec la position de ligne 11. À ses côtés, un voisin qui va s'appeler Louis Puel avec le Saudi numéro 620. Sur la 12, Ilias Kalian Manis, le pilote grec, c'est un gilard. Et à ses côtés, Cornelia Oluchka, la pilote numéro 602.
On row number 13, it is Clement Daniel from France and from Slovenia called Manic Matic. And on row number 14, the fast lady from the Netherlands, Imke Ayats, and Aymeric Guerin from France.
Les deux dernières lignes avec la 15, Kain Cherian pour la position de corde sur cette ligne 15. À ses côtés, Ramirez Juan Camillo, le Tony Kart numéro 691, et Kyle Kumaran pour la toute dernière position du pilote des Émirats avec le 601.
Kyle Kumaran. Watch for the number 601 kart, Kyle. He's racing under a Dubai license, but last year, I mean, he's from India, and in the last year's grand finals, got on the podium in this class, in this DD2 class, was the first ever Indian driver to do that, and has been responsible for a real explosion of interest in karting, more drivers taking up karting in India, just because Kyle did so well at the grand finals. And I'm sure there are plenty of people watching this broadcast because Kyle has a big following in India. So hello to everybody out there in India watching this race. Your man Kyle has got a bit of work to do in this one. Obviously a problem post-qualifying because he didn't qualify last. So a scrutineering technical issue at the end of qualifying. There is a full list of the drivers that myself and Jacques have been through, but on your screens there. So you can find your favourite, even if it's a driver that you don't know, even if it's a country that you're supporting. Here we go. This is the first of 3 heats for the DD2 grid. It will be 10 laps of this fantastic 1,384 metre Le Mans International Circuit here at La Sarthe in France. Did you realise that just across the road, this is where Wilbur and Edgar Wright made the first European flight?
Allez, sous ces drapeaux, tous ces hymnes qu'on aura aussi samedi avec naturellement des podiums dont on espère qu'ils seront multiples et internationaux, qu'il n'y aura pas de domination d'une ou l'autre des contrées, mais à ce qu'on voit depuis les qualifications, depuis ces manches aujourd'hui, eh bien, on n'aura aucune domination. C'est excellent comme ça, c'est vraiment dans l'image du Rotax Max, c'est vraiment ce que veut 3MK Events. Et là, je pense qu'on est gâté, on a une équipe d'officiels extrêmement compétents également, très international, une production télé qui nous vient du Portugal, et c'est bien, c'est absolument parfait, il y a rien à redire à la façon de travailler de l'ensemble du groupe. Je pense que le casting justement est fait de telle manière, eh bien, qu'on est les right man in the right place. It's okay like that?
Yes, you'll be in the right time at the right place. That's
okay.
The one. So here we go, out of the final corner. Barbarou in kart 635, the Sodi kart. Then the Birrell ART of Besancene, and Besancene does have to bring the pace up a little bit. It's a slow time around the final corner. They come into the tram lines. 31 DD2 drivers get underway. Lights are green. We're off and racing. It's a nice even start, but it's Barbarou, and up into second place comes Bera Jakobsen from third on the grid. He makes a good start, the Danish driver, but then runs wide at turn number 1. Oh, Bera Jakobsen, all that work undone, and somebody gets spat off very wide there coming out of turn 2. It's Barbarou with a comfortable lead. And up into second place, we're looking at there, who's that in the Dan Holland kart? That's number 658. That's Edward Matthews, it looks like, who's made very good progress in the early stages. But, well, it was initially a good start from Barry Jakobsen, but then he ran wide at turn number 1, and it all went wrong from there on in.
Et Paolo Besançon qui ne passe pas. Paolo Besançon qui ne passe pas au secteur numéro 2 malheureusement. Problème pour le pilote français qui partait en première ligne de la grille de départ à la 2e place.
Oh dear. And that's going to be terrible for him. But look at the lead that Barbarou has, and up in the second place. That's Philippe Luaka in the second of the Saudi karts up into P2, but what a lead that Barbaroux has.
Ouais, beaucoup d'avance pour Barbaroux, meilleur tour évidemment, hein, si on tient compte de cette avance et les résultats de ce record du tour d'entrée de jeu. Et le jeu, attention, est compliqué derrière. On cherche sa place en la trouvant cependant pour les Dolishka, pour les Bertoccio, pour Matthews également. S'intéresser à Maskakiewicz serait intéressant, bien sûr. Nicolas Picot qui a repris une position, il est désormais 7e. Et avertissement à Edward Matthews. Un avertissement pour Edward Matthews.
There's a move from Edward Matthews. And again, this only Ed Matthews' is 5th race in a DD2. He has only transferred because we don't have DD2 in the UK in domestic racing, so he has to come to Europe to race. And he's only done a little bit of racing this year. But in front of Matthews at the moment is Nicola Pico. Gregorio Bertoccio is in 3rd position. Now we had a problem, like as Jacques said, for Paolo Besonsone. Besonsone is out of this race, as is Rashid Al-Mamari is still in this race. He's down in 30th position. Zen Derua had a problem on the opening lap. He's dropped down to 20th position. I think he was caught up in the aftermath of Barry Jakobsen's first turn 1 problems. Barry Jakobsen is 8th at the moment, but we're looking at on screen the battle going on a little bit further down the lower reach of the top 10. That is Matthews running in 5th. That's Dolishka behind Matthews in the number 630 kart. Then Maxim Dirks in kart number 619.
Ouais, un problème technique également qui va être annoncé à un des pilotes. On n'aperçoit pas le numéro d'ici. C'est le drapeau noir à disque orange qui signifie qu'on doit rentrer, on peut réparer, on peut repartir. Mais bon, je pense que sur des sprints aussi brefs, ça n'a pas de sens. Donc on rentre et puis c'est tout, et puis c'est terminé. Alors que Dolishka est en train de faire l'effort pour réaliser le meilleur secteur 1. Il est actuellement à la place qu'il occupait sur la grille de départ. Il est à la 6e position. On le voit d'ailleurs, ce groupe très animé là pour aller chercher les places d'honneur. Mais c'est loin derrière le pilote Barbaroux.
You can see that just coming on our screens there as the drivers come off the banking. There's a driver stood in a marshal post. Oh, and there's a bit of 3-wide action going on there. That's number 633 kart of Gregorio Bertoccio defending against Nicola Pico in kart number 617 and Ed Matthews in kart number 658. But there's a penalty. There's the technical flag going out. I think that is for Luis Puel in kart 620, who is having that technical flag. But up at the front, Antoine Barbaroux leads by 2.5 seconds over Philippe Luaca. Then it is Pico, Bertoccio, Matthews, Dolichka, Dirks, Masliakevich, Pierre Jakobsen, Christopher Najim. Then it's Knowlton, Bent Zabo up to 12th position. Zinkvicius, Kumaran, Kyle Kumaran. We said to watch out for Kyle Kumaran. Started 31st. He's already up into P14. And in that group you just saw briefly on your screens.
Allez, on a vu Pico effectuer ce retour magnifique et on le voit à l'attaque là. Quand il est comme ça, ça peut faire de grandes choses. Pico qui est à la 3e position. On voit le dossard vert là, qui, en tout cas la livrée verte de sa machine, qui est habituelle d'ailleurs hein, chez lui, Nicolas Pico, qui va passer peut-être avec le record du tour. Non, Antoine Barbaroux reprend son propre record du tour. Et regardez quel espace, c'est énorme.
Well, there's no chance of Barbaroux taking it easy as he just sets a new fastest lap of the race. And as the camera caught the drivers coming across the start-finish line, look for the driver in the pink and purple liveried Cosmic chassis. That is Kyle Kumaran. He is now up into 12th position. The top 11 karts are, well, apart from the race leader, but second to 11th. They're quite close together. Then there's a gap. The next driver in line is the KR Sport Run Cosmic chassis of Kyle Kumaran. We're looking a little bit behind Kyle, so there's the leader, Barbara, on our screens. Now we'll look back as the rest of the car, and there, that pink and purple and silver livery car, number 601, that is Kyle Kumaran. He started this race last, and behind him, oh, there's a bit of battling going on further back. That's the 604 kart of Zen Derua, also trying to recover.
Ah, il est bon, hein. Il est très bon. Koumaran, c'est vrai qu'il avait un handicap qui était quand même considérable. Et partir l'INSEE, ça fait 31e sur la grille de départ. Et le voilà en train d'effectuer un retour absolument magique et efficient, qui plus est, puisqu'il est tout simplement en train de jouer avec les meilleurs. Les meilleurs, peut-être, s'appelleront-ils David Maskelevich, qui est en train de produire son effort. Pareil pour Mathias Jacobsen ou Kyle Koumaran, qui sont à peu près dans le même rythme, alors qu'on le voit, ce peloton de la DD2, eh bien, très compact encore, hein, mais à l'exception évidemment de la domination de Barbaro.
There's the number 658 kart, Edward Matthews, going through turn number 1. Behind Ed Matthews is the number 630, Austria's Jordan Dalichka. Then it's Maxim Dirks and David Masklevich. We're looking at that is 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th on our screens. Here's the battle a little bit further up for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. And it is Philippe Luaca in kart number 624. Then the Tony kart, the green and white Tony kart of Nicola Pico, driver number 617 for the Pico team kart. And Nicola Pico, a very aggressive driver, but always aggressive. He says, I prefer to race drivers that are aggressive. We race hard, and that's hard but fair. And there's a move going on with the blue crash helmet, the bright blue crash helmet. That was Maxim Dirks passing Jordan Delishka for what is 6th position. But Antoine Barbarou, 3.6 seconds up the road.
Ouais, il va rester un petit peu plus d'un tour à boucler pour cette qualif, qui ne laissera aucun doute sur la domination d'un pilote. Il nous manque Besancenay, c'est dommage. On aurait voulu voir à quel niveau il se situait par rapport à Barbarou. Par contre, derrière, l'espace est grand. On ne va pas faire offense à qui que ce soit en disant que Philippe Locker, bien qu'étant un excellent second, eh bien, a du fil à retordre pour aller chercher une espérance de victoire. Gregorio Bertocchio, également l'italien, avec Nicola Pico, bon, qui a dû céder une position. Il était 3e tout à l'heure. Il a dû céder à l'italien.
And Kyle Kamaran has just set another new fastest lap of 53.040. Here's the battle for 2nd position. There's your race leader. Oh, and he's got almost the length of the front straight to himself. But here we go. This is the hot spot. This is Luaca holding off Bertocchio, going into turn number 1. Italy's Gregorio Bertocchio, challenging for 2nd position. And has a little look at the inside. Not quite. Going through the Curve de Duchamp, underneath the trees, offering no shelter here at Le Mans today, as Luaca and Bertocchio behind them. Pico, there goes our leader, the chasing pack out on the banking. Now, this is the final lap, but what a drive from Antoine Barbarou, cruise control for number 635.
Alors, et ça a rechangé, hein, au dernier virage. Dans les derniers virages, et Pico, il a failli s'accrocher. Et il va prendre le 2e rang. Pico. Oh, le talent.
As the leaders go saying, now they come on your screen, you'll see that the positions have changed behind it. Nicola Pico, as Jacques was saying, going into Techno Park corner, made the move up the inside in typical aggressive fashion, and he made the move. So that pushed Luaca down to 3rd place. And in the midst of all that, Gregorio Bertocchio also lost a few positions. So Nicola Pico on the last lap moving up into P2. Luaca 3rd, Maxim Dirks is 4th. Edward Matthews comes home with a very solid top 5 finish, followed by Gregorio Bertocchio. David Maslakevich in 7th position for Poland. Jordan Dolishka for 8th. Mick Knowlton in 9th. Kyle Koumaran. Well, Kyle Koumaran comes home in 10th position from 31st on the grid to 10th. 21 places in 10 laps for India's Kyle Koumaran. Matthias Berra Jakobsen, Christopher Najim, Zen Derua also gained a lot of ground after losing out at the start. Zen finishes 13th, followed by Andreas Zinkevicius, Bent Zabo, Ferapont Baranov, Kilian Guerin, Marta Bussola, Jules Cousin, and Impke Arts was the last driver in the top 20. Sadly, though, Paolo Besonsone, whilst one driver who started at the front row of the grid, Poleman Antoine Barbarou, cruised away. Here's a look at the start. Let's see if we can find out what happened to Besonsone.
Ah, yeah. Ah, le départ avec l'autorité tout de suite affichée par Barberou qui s'installe tout de suite en tête et prend le large. On n'a toujours pas d'informations sur ce qui s'est passé pour Paolo Besançon, mais clairement il n'a pas pu défendre ses chances dès le premier tour. Peut-être n'a-t-il même pas bouclé d'ailleurs. Ouh, et très gros
That
accrochage.
was number 604, Zendarua. That is where Zendarua lost a lot of ground by because he accidentally drove over the top of somebody else.
Allez, on voit qu'à tous les niveaux, on essaie de s'attaquer. On va chercher très haut le vibreur pour attaquer. Et ça passe sur le dossard numéro 696. On était alors au tout début de l'épreuve et c'est Zabo Ben Zabo qui a fait les frais de
But
cette...
once again, we can hand over now to Jen Wade out on the terrace. And Jen Wade has possibly India's most popular racing driver with her.
Well, I'm lucky today. I'm interviewing superstars the whole day. One who's probably, I guess, a star now, the world number 2 from last year in Bahrain in DD2. Kyle Kumarin, welcome to Le Mans.
I wouldn't call myself a superstar, but I'm quick.
He's fast. Yesterday, purple sector, purple sector, purple sector, purple sector. Every single lap. You're starting at the back. You had a little problem with the gear shift, I think.
Yeah, we didn't do qualifying, unfortunately. Couldn't get into second gear. So it's a bit unfortunate, but we start 32nd in every single race until the end of today, unfortunately. So yesterday we came through in a big way, finishing 10th. Ended up 8th with the penalties applied to other people. So that's good. Unfortunately today I couldn't avoid an accident, and that was that. We ended up 26th. So let's see what the progress we can make in the last heat. And if we can make a decent amount of progress, maybe finish in the top 10 again, I think we can start in a decent place for the pre-final, and let's see where we can go from there.
I'm sure you can. You know, Kyle, I've been watching you for so many years. You have so much experience. Of course, COVID came. You went home also to India. You raced in India. You represented your country, but you're based in the UAE. So why do you come here this weekend? Why are you here in Le Mans?
Well, we won the Dubai O Plate with Paul Carr running us, with Dojo Moto, my local team in the UAE. Yeah, so that was the reason we got the ticket from there. And obviously I wanted to do this event, having done it 2 years ago. I think 2019 was the last time I did it, and we crashed in the pre-final. So we were running top 5 the whole weekend, so I wanted to redo. Unfortunately, now we're starting from the back, all the races instead of just the final. So again, we're really quick. We're a lot quicker than we were last time, a lot more experience. So let's see what we can do with that.
Maybe the luck's with you this time because you've already had the bad luck at the beginning. We're going to wish you luck. Anyone you'd like to say hi to, because I think there's about 1.1 billion people probably watching the live stream right now, or they're going to watch it later. Anyone you'd like to send your wishes to at home supporting?
I'd rather send my wishes from the podium if we get there, so we'll see.
We're going to see you at the podium, hopefully. We're going to see you this afternoon in the driver's presentation, so all your friends can watch again. But wish you luck, and fantastic yesterday. Honestly, this was unbelievable. First time I think I've ever seen that. So good luck, Kyle.
Have a good one.